Hello and welcome back to Proper Chap's Proper Chat. I am your host, Abs, and I'm here with my co-host...
LB, as in elbow. How we doing?
Not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Getting there. Last week was a good episode. I know you missed it because you were looking after the kid, but we had Carl on talking about his MMA career and a few people he knows.
I've met Carl in the past.
Yes, yeah.
Nice chap. Proper chap.
Proper chap. Yeah, he is. He's a really nice guy, actually. Just started a barbering business called the Beardy Barber.
Oh, he has he?
Yeah, so
Because he was doing a different one when... I haven't listened to the episode. That's bad of me, really, isn't it?
No,
but
we didn't talk about it on the episode.
Oh, you didn't?
Also found out before the episode, which we didn't actually talk about, that me and him are actually related. So I randomly started working with him in one of the dealerships.
Right.
Not knowing him from Adam, just walked up, give him a cuddle like I do. You're right, mate. How are you? Abs, whatever. And he introduced himself, got on like a house on fire, had a laugh and that. He moved on. I went to where he was working at the time and ended up leaving because it was a shithole. But yeah, we were going through, and you know, I was saying about how ancestry is a load of bollocks.
Yeah.
So I was talking to my mum about that, and she was like, well, I will find out. I'll speak to various people in the family and see how far we can go back. And she got back to like early 1800s, late 1700s,
Right.
all around this area, like Norfolk, Cambridge. And I noticed that one of the people on it, Hilda Morley, I was like, oh, I know a Morley, let's find out. So I text Carl. I was like, have you got a relative, Hilda Morley, married this chap? And he was like, yeah, it's like a great-great auntie or something. I'm like, that's fucking mental, because that's my great-great auntie as well.
That is crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, mental. Out of nowhere, we were like, oh, we're family. How about that? And we just, when we met, we clicked like that, and it was quality.
That is mental, isn't it? That is proper weird. But now you have to buy each other Christmas presents.
Oh, no, I'll give him a cuddle and invite him to some parties every now and again. No,
Yeah, that is crazy, though.
Carl's quality.
So, with Ancestry then, have you found out that it's not a load of bullshit?
You have to input it yourself, and what happens, you input your information on it, and someone further down the line will put their stuff on it.
And it links if there is a link
That's
there.
all it is. But I'm still like, I wanted to go on and you tell me where I come from, not me input the information from it, then to go back and see that someone else has input some information about it. But
No, but that has done it for you. Because once you've made the
we
link...
didn't do it on Ancestry.
Oh, you just did it in
We
life?
did it just through reading.
But now you
and
should
speaking
put
to
that
people.
stuff on Ancestry, and it
See
might
how
tell
many
you.
other people are out there.
Yeah, because now you've got more links. So now there might be them other links that are
That's a
already
good
set up.
idea, but I'm not paying 15 quid for it because
No,
I'm
but
broke.
get your mum to.
Could do. Yeah. Get my mum to pay for everything. That'd be all right.
Yeah, get your mum and dad to do it.
So we have some fresh snacks, and I've actually got
Proper
some
chap snacks. What we going with?
Proper chap snacks. I've gone for two things that I
Bless
never
me.
knew existed. One of them, we've put a picture up on the old Facebook page, I believe.
No, it's on the gram.
It's on
But
the
it'll go
Instagram.
on Facebook once we upload the podcast.
Good. So I went for a Nestle KitKat, but it's no ordinary KitKat. It's a KitKat Gold. So I'm really hoping this is like the gold bar chocolate bars that you go for.
Oh, don't. Yeah, open that. I need to know.
Going to. It's in a shiny gold wrapper, and it makes me feel like Willy Wonka just looking at it like, yes, I've got it. I'm going to the factory. Oh, and it is. It looks exactly the same as the gold ones. I'll halve it with you, mate.
No, you're all right.
I'll share.
No. Well,
That. Oh my god.
Is it the same as that gold?
Mm.
Is it really? I will nick one side.
Tastes a little bit like coffee.
What?
It's got like a coffee aftertaste. It's fucking good though. I suppose it's supposed to be caramel.
Yeah, it's meant to be.
But that is superb. I'm enjoying that.
Oh wow,
Yeah, I know.
mate, that is
That's
top
fucking
notch.
Good, that. As the kids would say, it's peng.
Painting blood.
It's painting's blood. Yeah. And I went for a slightly different drink. I had a Monster a couple of weeks ago, and I saw this on the shelf, and I was like, I'm going to try a bit of that, because I've been a bit tired today. Not done a lot, because I'm poor and unemployed. Mrs. went to the beach.
Why didn't you go to the beach?
Oh, I was doing stuff around the house, like housework.
Yeah, of course you was. You mean Xbox?
No, I haven't actually been on the PlayStation today. No. I was on until 1 o'clock this morning with James, but...
So what did you actually do around the house today?
Just hoovered, tidied, washed the sides down, done all the washing up, because we don't have room in the kitchen for a dishwasher, so...
Is there not actually room in there? Not at all?
No, well, we were thinking about putting like a big awning out, like a fixed awning outside, and building a big cupboard out there and putting the washing machine and tumble dryer outside.
And then you've got room.
And then we'll have room for a dishwasher, but at the minute we don't. I've gone for a Monster, but it's a little can of Monster. It says shake gently on it. Well, that's
too vigorous.
That's too vigorous. Just fap it out. So it's an espresso Monster. It's espresso and milk, and it's got a triple shot of coffee in this tiny can. So if I do have a heart attack halfway through, this will probably be the cause. Europeans are famous for fast cars, fashion and coffee served long, short, hot, cold and you name it. So he travelled the continent. Naughty. Learned from the best baristas and created our latest coffee, Espresso Monster.
Is it actually called an espresso as well?
Espresso Monster.
Oh, espresso. Yeah,
not an espresso. They fucking missed the trick there, didn't they?
Yeah, they could have called it an espresso. That would have made more sense.
Oh. It's like a really milky latte with triple shot of espresso in it.
And freezing bloody cold.
And
I cannot stand cold coffee.
It's like a Baileys.
Well, I've gone a bit different, mate. You've gone very posh.
I know, well, I've got a bottle of Pepsi Max in case this tasted like shit. So I'll probably drink half a can of this and jump onto the Pepsi Max.
And then go back to that if you...
already feel the heart palpitations.
Yeah. You're starting to sweat.
Well, I am.
Yeah, right. So I've gone for... I'll follow you. I'll put a lead on you. It'll be like them people that walk their dogs.
Did you see that video on Facebook of that guy? I was running down the road
with a parrot.
with a macaw on a lead. Yeah. Amazing.
It's mad that he can run as quick as a macaw can fly.
It is.
That's crazy. Anyway, so I went into the shop and I picked up a trusty Star Ramen. Used to be my drink of choice on tap at our favourite pub, kind of. Then, whilst I'd decided what I was having and knew that I was going to get the taste for it, I noticed another proper named drink. So I thought I'm going to have to pick this up and go and have a try. So this is what I'm actually going to try first. It's a Cornish IPA. It's called Proper Job, which sounds like a northern man once he's done a big shit in a portaloo. What he tells everyone is I've done a proper job. But yeah, so I've gone for a proper job. It's a St Austell Cornish IPA, bottle conditioned, whatever the hell that means. Lime green in colour, and not the drink, the bottle cap. So pop that open.
Is that lime green? Is it? Oh, it is. That's a nice bottle cap. That'd look nice on a bottle cap.
We'll have a try.
Wouldn't it? What's that nice?
See, I'm not an IPA fan, but that isn't too bad. It's a bit citrusy. I don't know if they're meant to be. It's a pale ale. Strong golden ale that's powerfully hopped, whatever the fuck that means.
Does it taste good?
It's not bad. Have a sip.
You ain't got the Rona, have you?
Yeah, I've had it
now
twice.
We've all got to wear masks on the 24th.
Ah, stupid, isn't it?
It's got like a tang
at
the end.
It's definitely...
It's like a gone off orange.
It's a granddad's beer, isn't it?
Yeah. It's not a beer, it's an Italian pale ale. Well, Indian pale ale.
Yeah, well, it contains natural yeast. I mean, it's not as bad as I thought, to be honest.
That would be refreshing, ice cold, with some actual ice in a glass, and it's 30 degrees outside.
Yeah, that would be quite nice. I'm actually quite impressed.
A slice of lemon in it. Steal that from Corona.
I actually quite like that, I'm not going to lie.
It's once you get past that initial sip, it's probably quite nice.
That is nice. I would definitely drink that again. So there we go. It's a review. Proper Job, Cornish IPA, gets a thumbs up from me.
Made in the St Austell Brewery.
Wherever that is.
Whoever that is, wherever that is.
It's nice though. Yeah, thumbs up for that. And then obviously got the Star with Prime, and then it was free for a £5, so I got myself one of these Amigos tequila beers.
Oh, that's like a cheap knockoff Desperado, I'd probably say.
Yeah, I reckon it's pretty similar, mate.
Need some
I
lemon
know what
for
they
that.
taste like, roughly. I know what Star with Prime is, so that was
Be
that
alright
Proper
for the
Job.
drive home.
Proper Job was the one I was really tested, and I went for the trusty. You can't go wrong.
The frazzles.
The only problem with these is that if you burp in the next 10 years, you
can
taste it. Yeah. I've only just got over the last pack that I had when I was 12. So, but just to re-jog my memory.
Always got a good crunch. And the flavours on point, I would say.
Help yourself to them as well, mate.
I'm
Old
okay
chap.
for the minute. I'm still digesting that delicious chocolate. I don't want to ruin my old palate.
Well, they're the snacks, and I was impressed with them. Really impressed with them. So, what's new in your life this week, Ash?
Not a lot, to be honest. Watched a new movie today. That was pretty good. I'll probably go into that in a bit. I might go into it now.
Go into it, mate. What did you watch?
I watched a film called The Old Guard. It's just released on Netflix, and it's already like #1 in the UK for Netflix releases on their little homepage. Charlize Theron in it, who just looks as stunning as ever. And it's essentially about a group of immortal soldiers that need to try and make their way in a world that now is covered by security cameras and phones with cameras and intelligence, or used to be intelligent agencies hunting them down to steal their genes to make other people immortal. And it was fucking quality. Some of the fight scenes in it was really good. The gore in it was really good. Story was pretty good. What I didn't know before I started watching it, it's based on a comic book, so I might have to give that a go. Yeah, it's 4 or 5 immortals.
You know what I watched the other day? So I was thinking to myself, I'm one of them people that hasn't watched typically really well acclaimed films. So Matrix, for example, I've not watched it. Lord of the Rings, not watched it. Star Wars, not watched it.
You're missing out.
Yeah, well, so I thought what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop open IMDb.
Actually, a British company. Didn't know that.
Are they really?
Yeah, they are.
Right, yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, I popped that open. I thought I'll start working my way through the list. So obviously started with Shawshank Redemption. Watched that.
Is that #1?
It's #1.
Godfather.
Godfather was #2, so I've watched that as well.
Godfather Part 2.
Yeah, it was #3. That's so weird, isn't it?
Mm.
But I wasn't massively impressed with Godfather.
Was he not? Second one's supposed to be better. I've never watched it. But
Oh, so you've never watched them? Yeah.
but
Well, it's a long film.
it's like 3 hours long.
Yeah,
something
and
like that.
there's just not enough going on. I can get why at the time it was probably pretty revolutionary,
More
but
of a suspense film, isn't it? Rather than a...
yeah, and a bit, it's just
See,
not.
if you wanted something a little bit more gory, you should have watched Scarface. 'Cause it's sort of
That's on
similar.
there somewhere. I think that was like 10th or something.
Yeah.
So
You've got the Christopher Nolan Batmans to go through. They're on that list. Top 10.
Are they really?
Yeah. And Schindler's List, which is an incredible film, and you're
Well, I've
probably
got
gonna
Godfather
cry.
Part 2 tonight
Yeah.
to watch because that's all I've only done the first 2 at the moment. So it'll be Godfather Part 2, and I'm probably gonna work my way through the top 100.
Yeah. Just slowly, one a night or one every other night, and get through.
Yeah, and
It's
just
a good idea.
and started reading as well.
Yeah.
So this is so unentertaining. We're literally just
No, just chatting pony.
Yeah.
But we're catching up, aren't we? We ain't seen each other since last week, probably.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, so
I'll tell you what else is amazing that happened recently, and it fucking... Oh, mate. Have you seen that bitch, Carol Baskin?
that was hilarious.
So, Carol Baskin now does birthday shout-outs if you pay her money. So someone paid her money to do
Cameo, it's called. The website's Cameo.
Yeah, paid her to give a shout out to Rolf Harris and his friend Jimmy Savile.
It was a birthday shout out to Ralph from Jimmy.
And all the kids that he touched.
Yeah, the kids have been touched by you. Oh mate, yeah, hilarious.
Oh, mate, it was
but
so funny.
I do feel sorry for her though. She is the brunt of a lot of people's jokes now.
You know, she got the Zoo, didn't she? She got it off Jeff Lowe. He was like, "Fuck this, I'm not doing all this." So he signed.
Yeah,
it all over to
which really factors in to the conspiracy that Jeff Lowe is her first husband.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that conspiracy?
It wouldn't surprise. I have seen it. I don't.
They
know a lot
look
about
identical.
it.
They
Yeah.
look identical, and the conspiracy is that she asked Jeff to come and infiltrate Joe.
He sends out birthday cards and he writes back to people in prison.
What, Joey Exotic?
Yeah, so
I might
if
have
you
to
send him a
one.
letter,
I might do
send
that.
you one back. That'd be cool if we could get Joe Exotic on the podcast via Skype or something.
Oh, mate, imagine.
We'd be straight up to number one.
Shall we try?
Send him a letter, mate. Yeah, that would be fucking quality.
Mate, I'm going to try that.
Yeah.
Not even joking.
Look, you get Skype, we'll put you up on the iPad and we sit there and talk to you.
So ask you 10 questions, that's all we want.
Yeah. A half hour of your time. And he'd probably do it because his big thing is to get famous, isn't it? He's famous now thanks to Netflix, but he wants to be out there as much as anyone else.
Do you reckon he'll ever get out of prison?
Probably. He was only got in there for conspiracy to commit murder, and people have got out for far less.
Yeah, but he got a long sentence.
Did he? How long did he get? Like 10 years, 15 years?
I think it was 20 odd years.
Really?
Should we fact check?
Fact check it. Put it up. Do your old OK Google in your old posh voice.
Okay, Google. No, it don't work anymore. Annoying. So, Joe Exotic sentence.
Tell you what else is quite
22
funny.
years.
22
Told you.
years. That's a good amount of time, isn't he? How old was he when he went in? 50 odd?
No, older than that, mate. Oh, no. Yeah, 57.
Yeah.
So he's going to be... Oh, he might get out.
Yeah.
He'll be old and decrepit by then, though, and he's done a lot of drugs in his time, and he's already got a gammy leg, so...
That's true.
I don't
That
reckon
is
he will
methed
begin.
up.
Yeah, that is really methed up. So...
Another big thing I didn't know that's going around the internet today. Kanye West wants to be the president
Did
of
you not
the
hear
United
about that?
States.
What a fucking idiot he is.
Oh,
That
no.
Why? He's just going to embarrass himself.
Wow, yeah.
It's almost as bad as The Rock saying that he's considering doing it. Like, what? In what world do people that have never studied politics become eligible for such high-profile, powerful positions?
I'll tell you why I think it is. I think it's purely because
A popularity contest.
it's popularity contest. It's who's got the most money, which is probably why Trump won anyway.
Oh yeah, without doubt. And now somehow he's got like 50% of the country actually supports him as a
He
president.
has done some good though. He boosted before Rona struck.
Yeah,
he
but look
boosted
what
the
he's done
economy,
during.
he
Yeah, but
lowered unemployment.
yeah,
He's
but
a
now look
fucking
what he's
moron,
done with coronavirus. They've handled it worse than anywhere else in the world by tenfold, and they're still they're opening places up, even though their cases are still increasing. So it'd be like as if we never went into lockdown.
Yeah,
He's a retard.
that is mental.
But we like Trump.
Yeah, I do like.
Look. There's something, but
I think he's a very, very savvy business person.
yeah, that
He's-
doesn't mean you should be a president of a country,
It
let alone
doesn't.
the most powerful president of
No.
any country.
Yeah, but I do think if he runs the United States like he runs his businesses, a lot of people will get fucked over, but it will come out better for it. Like we were talking last time, I started watching the thing on Netflix about him. I haven't
Yeah, but
finished it
how
yet.
many people does he leave in the wake? That's the problem.
That's it. Like that thing with the ice rink where he got another company to come in and smash it, and then he took all the fucking glory for it.
Exactly.
But that's what a lot of people in business do.
Yeah, but being a president isn't a business.
No, it's not. But he's got teams under him that are probably quite smart to be in the positions they're in, because they don't get like voted in depending on how much money they've got necessarily. Some of them get in off their own merit. The fact that they are highly trained in politics, they know how to speak to people, even little things like hand gestures. I didn't realise about until I started watching a YouTube channel about a guy that studies body language. It's this Geordie guy. He's really good. I can't remember his name, but he studies people's body language, and he can tell, right, well, I would be digging there, see if they're lying or what sort of hand positions they're in, the way they hold themselves. And he's really good. He done a thing about the Epstein documentary.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's another thing that's happened this week.
Yeah.
She's pleaded not guilty,
Yeah.
been arrested and pleaded. Yeah.
So she'll be suicided soon.
Yeah, she'll be suicided. She'll be suicided.
She turned
right
around
off.
and said that she's got video evidence
Of celebrities
of-
and politicians
yeah.
fucking children.
And what's quite sickening about it is that I saw a flight manifest that may or may not be real, and it may just be people that have flown out to this pedo island, but there was some big names on there. And I was also on like an anonymous Facebook page, and they always put up stuff about New World Order and fucking Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, and they were saying that some celebrities that names are on the manifest are actually being stopped from leaving the US until she testifies. And there were people like, there's pictures of Tom Hanks with fucking ankle bracelet on, Ellen DeGeneres with ankle bracelets on to make sure people aren't leaving until she testifies, which I think the FBI are fucking cracking down big time.
So it could be. So Tom Hanks could be a raging pedo.
Potentially.
Ellen, you wouldn't think Ellen DeGeneres, but
She's
then
an arsehole though.
Really?
I see a lot of articles about her, yeah. I don't know, I've never met her, but
she don't come across that way.
On her show she doesn't, but there's a few celebrities that have called her out. Like once, I can't remember who it was like, she turned around to this celebrity and she was like, oh yeah, you had a big party. Like, you didn't invite me. She was like, I did invite you. You just told me you were busy. She was like, no, I would have come. And she was like, no, you told me you're busy and that's why you didn't come. And it started breaking her down on her own show, and it's fucking quality to watch. She's actually not a nice person in real life. It's all just...
So on the show, she said, you didn't invite me to your party on the show?
On the show. And actually, she was like, I did invite you. But you literally emailed me back and was like, no, I'm not coming.
So wait, let me get this right. So the guest or Ellen had the party? Who had the party?
The guest.
The guest
and
had
Ellen
the party.
turned around to the guest on the show.
Said you didn't invite me to your
Yeah.
party, and then she was like, yes, I did.
Yeah. Started breaking it. It's a quality. It's on YouTube. You'll be able to find it.
That's
It's
interesting.
quality. But there's a lot of people, I think, that are in a bit of a sticky situation that they've put themselves in. And it's like princes of countries. It's leaders in America. It's big people that run companies, and it's massive. Hollywood stars. Well, you see it with like Epstein and bits and pieces. Not Epstein, Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
The fact that loads of people never knew it, but the public didn't know about it until a couple of people turned around and was like, well, actually, this guy's a fucking scumbag.
Well, Ben Shapiro, or Shapiro, do you know?
Yeah, I like him.
I really like him.
He's really good. He doesn't pull his fucking punches, which is quite nice.
Yeah, I think sometimes he gets too political. He's clearly very, very intelligent.
Yeah, but we do that sometimes.
What?
Get too political.
To be honest, I don't give a shit. I don't stand in America on the left or the right, and I also don't. Honestly, I feel like now we have so little control over the way that things do get managed. Then what's the fucking point anymore?
Yeah.
What is the point? And he gets, for me, too political. And I think now we live in a world that it doesn't matter if you vote left, right in America, if you vote Conservative, Labour, you're going to get the same outcome, no matter what they say. For you as an individual, nothing is going to change unless you live in extreme circumstances, i.e. extreme poverty, extreme immigration breaching, extreme whatever it may be. Only then will you really be changed. I mean, in general, by one of these political parties. That's what I feel. I mean, I could be wrong. Probably have been before, but that's just what I feel. But I don't know what. Oh yeah, Ben Shapiro, or whatever it was, uploaded a video on Facebook of Ricky Gervais at the Golden Globes or whatever it was, the place that he hosts.
I love that video.
Yeah,
while he's ripping into the crowd.
Yeah, when he says about Weinstein and everyone's laughing, and he's like, I don't know why you're laughing. You guys did it because they were on about people protecting him.
Yeah,
and he's like, why? Like, you guys are the ones that are all protecting him. You all knew that he was a fucking massive dirty bastard. Yet you all protected him, and even some of the people that he victimised
are trying to come to his defence.
Yeah,
it's because they know
of a paycheck.
I've looked a lot into this, and apparently both paedophilia it's a massive thing in Hollywood, and it's stuff that people don't talk about. It's like the unwritten rule
of Hollywood.
There was. Do you remember the film Lost Boys? Have you ever watched Lost Boys?
No,
The
I've heard of
vampire
it. I've not
movie.
watched
It's fucking quality.
Right.
But there's 2 actors in that. Both are named Corey. One of them's, I can't remember his fucking second name. But one of them died from a heroin overdose, like a drug overdose.
Yeah.
And it was down to the trauma that he had as a child, the fact that he was getting abused by people in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And Corey Feldman, which is the other one, has actually come out in interviews, and he's like, I can't name any names because you won't see me again. These are like high-ranking people, but paedophilia is and always will be one of the biggest taboos in Hollywood. He's like, he got abused, other child actors were getting abused, and he's coming out telling people, and everyone's laughing at him, like not in the interview, but in public in general. And now, when you actually see the stuff that's coming out with, like, Epstein, Weinstein, Prince Andrew, fucking the Clintons, the accusations that are coming out, it's like, well, this guy was trying to tell us this, like, 5 years ago.
Why did no one listen?
Exactly.
But it takes the people to come forward. That's the problem. People have to come forward. And actually, when people did start coming forward, especially against like people like Jackson, everyone said, oh, they're just looking for a payday. Same as Savile.
Yeah.
When people start coming out, they're like, oh, they're only saying it now that he's dead.
Yeah, he wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
He's done loads for charity and children's hospitals.
They're just looking for a payday. They want a payout, rah, rah, rah. The reality is,
these people have been fucking ruined. Their fucking lives have been ruined.
And the only reason they didn't come out at the time is because they're too scared of these people's stature. You don't want to. You can't pit yourself against one of the most famous people in the world.
David versus Goliath, but you haven't got a slingshot.
Look at R. Kelly, another version, and he's still doing it.
Yeah,
it's still pissing in 9-year-old girls' mouths and got them living around his fucking house.
It's disgusting. Isn't
it's proper fucked up.
There needs to be something done about it, where an impartial part of the government that doesn't give a shit if you're fucking the biggest director in the world or you run a fucking country. You get taken down. You will get fucking molested for what you've done. What's that?
Sorry, mate. I've just opened the Amigos, and that is so much better than Desperados. Just have a sip.
I'll have a swig.
That is so good, mate. That is so nice.
Oh my god.
That is fantastic.
That's like a bitter version of hooch.
It's just so nice.
It's like a tequila-infused hooch.
Yeah, it's
That's
fucking lovely,
good,
mate. It reminded me of like melted gummy bears, Haribo gummy bears. No, anyway, you're right.
Going back to this Geordie guy on YouTube, he watches people's body language.
Yeah.
And the way their arms are twitching when they blink, because what he's saying is, look, anytime someone's stopping. And when you're remembering something and an image is coming up in your head and you don't like it, or you're being questioned about it, you'll blink, because that's like a natural way of going, nope, I don't want to see that again, like go away sort of thing.
Well, if someone's lying, they'll blink.
Yeah. Or if they're recollecting something, they'll look up to the right, because that's the part of the brain.
And then the other way to the left.
The other way to the left is you're imagining something. And he's going through the interview where Prince Andrew's like, oh yeah, well, at that time I had a medical condition that
I couldn't sweat.
Wouldn't allow me to sweat. And he's like as soon as he started blinking, especially when she pulled out the picture and was like, yeah, well, this is you. And he's like, I don't have any recollection of seeing that picture
just
or taking that picture.
The whole time.
He's just blinking the whole time.
I do kind of believe that, though. I'd believe not. Look, there's got to be 100 photos that I've got on Facebook and I don't remember them being taken. Loads of them. So I could believe that part of his story, that he don't remember the photo being taken. But to claim that well, I don't know. He's fucked himself big time if he's innocent. If he's innocent, then he's fucked himself, basically, from the interview that he gave.
Which is why I have so much respect for Keanu Reeves. You ever seen Keanu Reeves getting a picture taken with one of his fans, if they're female? He doesn't touch them. He leans in and he puts his arm around them, but his hand doesn't touch them. His arm doesn't touch them. He just leans in and takes the picture. And it's like, that's a guy that respects people for one, but also knows, or probably knows, I can't speak for him, that
That you can get fucked
you
later
can
in
get
life.
absolutely fucked for doing this sort of thing.
Talking about celebrity, have you finished with the body language? Yeah, cool. So staying on that sort of same trend, Johnny Depp,
Yes.
that whole situation
Mate, with
man,
Amber Heard.
so fucked up, man.
She was fucking, like, she chopped off the end of one of his fingers.
Fucked
and
up.
beat him, and everyone, me included, I'll 100% admit this, was like, that guy's a scumbag. Because you automatically think
It's the man.
it's the man, when actually, because they're back at trial now, aren't they?
Yeah.
It actually turns out she was the one that was abusing him. I saw Johnny Depp a few years ago. So I went to Grasspot, which is like a metal festival.
You
in
saw him in
Belgium.
person?
Yeah, so he is in a tribute band called Hollywood Vampires, and it's him, Alice Cooper, and the lead guitarist from Aerosmith covering other people's songs. And he sings, he plays guitar, and yeah, I saw him on.
That's
obviously, I
fucking
couldn't
mad.
meet him, but
No, yeah, that's crazy.
Watching him play.
Imagine how much that costs to
Oh,
book
no.
them.
He sang. One of my favourite all-time musicians is David Bowie.
Mm.
I always wanted to see David Bowie, and my dad's a bit of a bastard because he got to see him, and he always winds me up about it because he knows I wanted to see David Bowie before he died, and they done a rendition of Heroes, which is one of my favourite songs, and I just stood there in the crowd, like a friend of mine next to me, and I was like,
Masturbating.
this is one of the best experiences of my life because it was spot on. Like, you couldn't have asked.
Did you
for
start
it to be better.
masturbating?
No, I didn't. I was in a big crowd, and I
the
don't
only
want
way
to be
you
a
can top it.
Weinstein. Like,
No, but I hope there was no kids at Grasspot.
there's all sorts of people at Grasspot.
What, kids as well?
Kids as well.
Is there
It's
really?
a festival, yeah.
Yeah, but
People
it's
go with
like
their
it's
kids.
not like a kid like welcome one, is
Why
it?
not?
No, yes.
Yeah, people go there with their families.
But then you're sick to even insinuate that you wanted to have a wank. And I can't believe
It
after
was-
everything
oh, no.
we've said, Ashley, you've
What
got your
a
twisting.
nonce.
Mega nonce.
No, but that was one of the best renditions of that song I've ever heard, and he sung it beautifully. And like, even him, you don't know what someone's going through until you start digging deeper. Is the big thing. So always treat people with
All the
kindness.
all the video fucking calls. It's not a video call. It's a telephone conversation recording. Are all coming out now. So they're all, once they've been played in court, they're being released to the general public. Some of them are fucked up. She was saying that he was like,
I haven't listened to them.
yeah, one of them he was like, yeah, but you attacked me. Like, she's like saying to him, why have you left? And he's like, because you attacked me. She's like, no, I didn't attack you. She was like, I hit you. He's like, yeah, you physically attacked me. He's like, you punched me in the face. I know what it feels like to. And she was like, I didn't punch you in the face. I was like, I hit you, but I didn't have my hand in a punch way. And he's like, look, you punched me in the face. She was like, I didn't, going crazy at him on the phone. And she was like, I can't remember who it was, but for the point of argument, we'll say the guy was called Jim. She was like, you just wanted to go off with Jim. And he was like, yeah, well, I'm with Jim now. I had to leave you. You were going crazy. She was like, well, why don't you just wank Jim off? Or like something like that. Like proper mental. And then like crying at the end of it. Like, it's just fucked up. She's just a proper, complete schizophrenic. It's a weirdo.
You get people like that. There was that lady, weren't there, that she got proper moose of a bird as well. She was fucking disgusting.
What, the one that cried rape?
Yeah,
They've got 10 years.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah, that is good because
Fucking heifer lump.
you can ruin someone's life for crying wolf like that.
Yeah, of course
And
you can.
she should be imprisoned for fucking longer because all of those people have been through court or lost their jobs or their families think they're fucking rapists, and it's like, well, actually, this bitch was just like crying wolf.
The only thing is, I think in her case specifically, she cried rape, but it was consensual sex. Again, I could be wrong, but I think what happened there is, yeah, they banged hips. But I think they were allowed to bang hips. One thing that I did see, which was that Ben Shapiro as well, and this is a great point, how sexism in a courtroom is massively against the male. So if you go out,
It's the same as family courts as well.
Yeah, hugely against the male. If you go
Yeah,
for a
that
night.
coffee's going down quite well now. I can feel it.
Yeah, your
It's
legs are
coming
moving
up.
a bit. You're coming up, mate.
I'm alive.
That reminded me of that advert. You sounded exactly like. Anyway, he says that, and this is still exists now. If me and you went for a night out, and I'll get really drunk, you get really drunk, meet a couple of girls, they're both really drunk. We go back to a hotel together. We're all really drunk. We end up having sex.
Me and you.
I'd have to be really drunk, I think, mate. No.
No, you fucking effort.
Yeah. So you shag them. The next day they wake up and they regret it. They're married. They've got kids at home. They feel like shit. They shouldn't have done it. That.
Regret only lasts 3 days, by the way. A very wise man told me that.
Yeah, I've heard that one before. I don't believe it though.
No.
And I think it's guilt is what the guy
Guilt.
told me.
Oh,
Yeah.
guilt, yeah.
Yeah.
Regret lasts a lifetime.
Yeah, no, yeah, regret is something you only find out when you're dying. Anyway, you do that, and the pair of you, me and you, both smash these women out, go away the next day, give each other a high five.
Congratulations.
Police
You've
knock on
won
our
again.
door. We're arresting you because Jennifer and Felicity have, Jesus, how old are they?
94.
Yeah,
I
91.
knew I shouldn't have gone in that old folks' home.
Have both said that you've raped them. Now, in court, if you're all intoxicated, the man will still get done for rape if they say it wasn't consensual. How is a man that's just as intoxicated as the lady allowed to give consent?
Yeah, who says she didn't rape you?
Yeah, why can't you just flip that on the head and say, well, I was intoxicated as well, and I don't consent to that. But it doesn't work like that.
Innit?
Yeah, but it doesn't work like that, and you still get done and trialed as a rapist, even if you were both intoxicated.
I always wondered this, and it's more the fact that if you have sex with anyone under the legal age, it's statutory rape straight away.
Yeah.
And if you go to a club, and again, you're pissed, Bird's pissed, she's got in on a fake ID, how does it work then? Because is that your fault?
No, it's still statutory rape. It actually comes up quite a lot. It comes up quite a lot.
Because if the bouncers...
They say, I met her in a club, how did I know?
Exactly.
Was I meant to know she was
to
15?
be in that area at that
It doesn't
time,
matter.
you've got to be over the age of 18.
It gets
That's
overlooked.
fucking mental as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is. Not that anyone would do it.
But you
you're
should
supposed
know
to
the
ID
difference between a 15-year-old girl's body and an 18-year-old
Yeah,
girl's.
of course. But there's people out there that don't and will probably feel...
Officer, I did think it was a bit suspicious when she had them puffy nips.
That's fucking disgusting. Dark. Absolutely dark.
But I cracked down because I see that fake ID. No, it's true though. Yeah, if I was in that situation, I don't know what I'd do.
No, because surely that's the balance.
You know what I'd do?
What?
I'll go and get a fake ID myself and say I'm only 17. You're trialing me as an adult, I am 17.
Until they pull up your birth certificate and your passport.
It's not me, mate.
No, it's not. Yeah, fake ID. So, in the office, it's like, there's a bit. Have you watched The American Office yet?
I've seen a bit of it. I'm
So-
not a massive fan.
Jim is always pranking Dwight, and there's a bit where Jim walks into the office and he's wearing exactly the same clothes.
I've
as
seen that
Dwight.
scene, yeah.
And he's like, what's it? I can't remember what he says now. I was leading up to it and I can't fucking remember.
Have you seen
He's
the
like,
bit-
identity theft is a crime, Jim. Millions of families fall victim to it every year.
Have you seen the bit
Michael?
where they change him for the Chinaman?
Yeah.
That's so funny as well. Proper make him think he's going
It's
crazy.
like, hats off for you for not seeing race.
Do you know what that is? Well, that is an actual name for it. It's called gaslighting.
Yeah.
So gaslighting, that's a crime as well. To make someone think that they're going crazy is a crime.
And that happens to a lot of people.
Shitloads of people. Yep, in fact, that's what a lot of people... That is a good way of mind control.
And that is what the voices in my head tell me.
What voice is in your head?
All of them.
Each and every one of
Each
them.
and every one of them.
We're here together to podcast. Right. Anyway, what else can we talk about, Ash?
Not a great deal.
You know what? We
talk
can
about
go
anything.
back to last week. We had the cage fighter on.
Yes.
We were talking about the guy that needed to. You were talking about the guy that needed to lose a stone.
Yes.
Absolute animal. Lost his fight.
Did he?
Yeah, but I'm
I
not
didn't know
surprised. He was probably the most dehydrated sack of shit you've ever seen. It's unrealistic to expect people to be able to change their
bodies like that. Well, you'll see that if you watch Christian Bale. Going back to movies again, as most of the time I do, because it's one of my biggest things in life. What keeps me happy and keeps me sane during my unemployedness is Christian Bale, the body alterations.
What he is, just him in general, the person that keeps you sane.
Yeah,
you just look at photos of him.
I write him letters every day.
And scribble them up and cry.
He was in a film called The Machinist, and he lost so much weight.
I've seen the photos.
Anorexic.
And then, like a year later, he
was
played
in
an obese
Batman,
guy.
and he was like,
Yeah, and then he plays
massive.
like some obese bloke where he's like 10 stone overweight, and yeah, imagine the shit he has to put his body through to do that.
I know, it must take its toll. It must take its toll on your mental health as well, because if you're used to being what I would think catered for, if he's doing a movie, he's got nutritionists and everything,
dietitians,
yeah, people that are cooking his food for him, preparing it all.
personal trainers,
like
chefs.
You get your body will get. I would never know that, but your body gets.
We'll know
used
that
to
one day,
eating
mate.
So much good food. Like,
When podcasting with Proper Chap goes massive,
yeah,
when we get 100 million,
share the post.
Share, like the page, tell your friends. We want Spotify to offer us £100 million for a 5-year contract.
Oh, that would be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be
All
lovely.
of the 8 listeners we got last week would love that.
Oh,
I'd share it with them.
all we
share
need.
it with them.
Yeah, if all of you 8 listeners, in fact, we'll hold you to that. If you were one of the first 8 listeners, 8 of you, if we get massive, we'll
You'll
give you
get
10
£1 million
grand.
quid. No, £1 million each.
Well, if we get 100 mil, contract,
They'll get £1 million each.
You'll get
For
£1
the
million
first
quid.
8 listeners, we're going to be flooded by about 30,000 people. Like, we were the first 8.
that is true. Send us your email if you're in that first 8, and if this does become something, which it will, because we're going to make sure it does.
Come on the podcast. It's always fun to talk to someone new. Someone we haven't
anyone,
met.
you're all welcome. If you want to come on. We'll chat shit with you. We'll just
Ping us a Facebook message, and we can even drive to you if it's not too far. We don't mind that.
yeah, exactly.
It keeps it engaging.
It does.
If I've got to keep looking at him every time, it's going to get a bit boring.
Yeah, because
And
you've always
flaccid.
got an erection. One thing I did want to talk about, I mentioned it on the journey here. The UK economy thinking about going cashless.
Oh, bollocks. Absolute bollocks, that is.
So can I tell you, I actually had my view of this changed this morning.
Did it?
Yeah, when I saw that post, actually changed my view on it. Initially, I thought it was a good idea, particularly in the workplace. Where I work, I'm a general manager, so I have a lot of responsibility of the oversight.
You've got to count cash and you get fucking...
I have to be responsible for the cash that's on site, and if there's discrepancies, ultimately...
Comes out of your wages.
Yeah, well, it doesn't. It comes out of my conscience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
You've got to ring the boss and be like, by the way, we're 20 quid short.
yeah, and it's a problem. If we were cashless, that couldn't happen. Yeah, if the till reads didn't match up, then I know it's just a cashier error.
Yeah.
So we could be £20 down in cash because of a cashier error where they've been given
£20 up.
Yeah, or whatever it was. It could be a cashier error, but it could also be theft.
Mm-hmm.
And then it becomes a huge investigation. It could be a number of things. The point is, if we were cashless and it was only on card, it could only be employee error. So it wouldn't be an issue.
Where
It'd be
they haven't put
retrained.
something through.
Yeah, where they've just done it wrong or totted it up wrong and not put the right number on the card machine, whatever it is. It would have to be that. So all you'd have to do is retrain, and it wouldn't be a huge issue. That's if you're cashless. With cash, all of the other shit applies. Which again, I'm convincing myself that we're better off being cashless. However, cash being involved in the way that the world runs. If we went cashless and everywhere went cashless, there would be no point in having cash anymore.
No.
Because I can't just say, oh yeah, do it for where I work, but then not expect everywhere else to do it as well.
It winds me up when people don't take cash as well. Especially to the point where if you've had a bit of a shit month, you haven't got a lot of money, you need to chuck a tenner's worth of fuel in your car, and you've just happened to have 10 quid pound coins that you've been saving up, that'll just get you through till payday. But there's no cash. You can't
do that. Yeah, you know exactly what. Yeah, it takes away a little bit of that, like the fun of money in a way, and like the and also like I was saying, like we said, the birthday cards. You can't give someone a tenner in a birthday card. Tooth fairy.
Yeah, Tooth Fairy doesn't exist anymore, kids, because
we can't give you any cash.
Have you got a PDQ?
Yeah, exactly. What do you do for that? I guess the simple one, every one of these things does have a response. So for the birthday, you buy them a gift card.
Yeah.
For the Tooth Fairy, you buy them a toy.
I hate gift cards. I fucking hate gift cards.
Yeah, what's the point? Because they've cost exactly... Gift cards would make more sense if they were 10% more than the cash that you paid for them.
Yes.
Otherwise,
which is what I do on the PlayStation, because there's websites out there that, like, I got 50 quid's worth of PlayStation store vouchers, so I can buy games on my PlayStation, download it straight to for 40 quid. So I was like, that's 10 quid for free straight away. I'm happy paying 40 quid for 50 quid.
Yeah,
done.
Which would make sense in gift cards. I didn't realise until I was well into adulthood and I actually went to buy one that a gift card is exactly the price that you pay for it.
Just give them cash, because they can spend that anywhere they want.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah, and I didn't know that.
I got gift vouchers for my birthday. Specifically, I said it as a bit of a joke to the missus, because for my kid, she ended up getting a rabbit, and I was like, we're not having a fucking rabbit. I don't want a fucking rabbit. We've got 2 cats already, and I fucking hate them. I don't want a rabbit. And she was like, but she really wants one. And I was like, we've got a budget that we have to try and stick to, and you want to buy a rabbit, and it doesn't just stop at a rabbit. You then got to buy a fucking hutch. You then got to buy run. You got to buy its fucking food. 90 quid. You want 90?
Yeah, the bet's coming. Yeah.
Nice. Pints on you after.
Yeah, we can do.
Yeah, we'll go for a pint.
Yeah, I'll get you a pint.
Yeah, I'm all dressed up nice, the same as I always am. Jeans, trainers.
Mate, I've got a hat on, so but yeah, it's only because I just won 90 quid off a tenner.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you to the bad man tipster.
Yeah, shout out.
Shout out to the bad man.
Yeah, I won a few quid off of him when there was a horse racing. Anyway, so I was like, look, I'll let you get a fucking rabbit if you get me 70 quid's worth of gift cards for Amazon. She was like, well, why do you want them? I was like, we're doing a podcast. I want another mic, because the first few was only with one mic and it was a bit shitty quality, and we're still learning how to edit it properly and get the sound quality right. So I was like, look, I'll get another mic with it. And she ended up getting me 70 quid's worth of vouchers. But yeah, and then her mum got me vouchers as well. So I managed to get a hard drive for the PlayStation. But we ended up shelling out just for my 70 quid gift vouchers. So the kid that could get a rabbit, she got a rabbit from Pets at Home, which was 45 quid for a rabbit, which is mental. We then got another rabbit, which was a tenner from a private buyer. We spent 150 quid on a hutch and 40 quid on a
It's
run.
not cheap, is it? No matter what pet you get, it's
just
not
for
cheap.
a fucking rabbit. Like, I'll tell you what, the only good thing about a rabbit was my granddad's rabbit curries when he was still alive. God, they were good. They were, mate. Have you ever had a rabbit curry?
I don't think I have, mate.
Rabbit curry's delicious. We can have one in a couple of years.
We'll have one later.
Them little bastards.
Depends how brutal you want to be.
They're not that big. They're not that big yet. It'd be a waste until they get.
We can have a small one. We can have a takeaway.
Animal cruelty is a crime.
We can have a curry. Oh wait, you know what I ate the other day?
Rabbit.
No. Right. So I was in a bit of a fantasy world of myself. I saw one of them videos on Facebook that everyone sees where that guy walks into fucking Tesco's with £1 and he says, I'm going to feed myself tonight.
With a quid.
With £1.
That's that black fella, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's really fucking good. Some of the stuff he does is really good.
We're going to have to delete that bit, Ash.
No, he is.
Yeah, but you can't reference people as that black fella.
I don't know his name.
Yeah, but you can't use that black fella.
You knew
That's
exactly,
Jethro or Roy Chubby Brown.
You knew exactly who I meant.
What I do, all right, let's keep going. Right, yeah. Just as a disclaimer there, I feel uncomfortable doing that.
That wasn't casual racism.
No, well,
I don't know his name, and I had to describe him.
And I knew who you
he's
meant.
the only guy that I know that goes around trying to buy really cheap food.
I'll tell you what, if you've got a problem with that, let us know in the comments. If you think that's unfair for us to... Because I don't think it's that... If I said it was that white guy...
You could turn around to me and be like, you go to one of your friends, oh yeah, my friend, the fat ginger one, I'd be like, yeah, that's abs.
Yeah.
Exactly the same, mate.
No,
It's
yeah, or
exactly
ginger,
the
or the
same.
ginger
I don't
guy, yeah.
see. I'm like Jim. I don't see race.
No.
I just see the person who they are.
No, and you do, yeah, I know. But if that, yeah, but anyway, so I saw that, and I thought to myself, I was quite hungry. Mrs. had just done a big shop at Tesco, so I could have had burgers, could have had steak. It was all there. Chicken fucking Kievs, fresh
Oh, I
ones.
love the fucking chicken.
Yeah, and I was looking at it all, and I was thinking I could have that.
with some hash browns.
But I
and some beans.
just watched that bloke. So I thought I'm going to see what I've got in the cupboards here, and I'm going to give myself.
And try and add it up to £1.
No, try and as cheap as possible. As if I was homeless. I'm a bit weird, mate. I have fantasy, even sometimes at night. Well, I like to get myself in an uncomfortable position, get all the windows wide open. I'll do it in winter as well sometimes if I'm at home by
Just to
myself.
see what it's like
To
the rich
pretend like
kids
I'm
go
fucking
poor.
homeless, and to
Other than you've got a bed to do there and a missus.
No, like honestly,
ain't got a dog,
no. If I'm
though.
by myself, I will just to be a bit weird. I should probably take it to
Why
the
don't you
next
go
level.
sleep in the garden?
I've got a hammock in there, so it'd probably
That's
be more
true.
comfortable than my
Well,
bed.
No, just sleep on the floor, mate. Get some
Yeah,
food.
but
You've had
anyway,
a fridge
I'm
delivered,
getting
get
off
your
the
old
point.
Cardboard out.
The point was, what I did is I was looking through, and I had some. Can I nick one of them, mate? I've had a couple of
you
beers
can.
now, and I thought this.
No, fuck off.
Yeah. Anyway, so
You want to be homeless?
no.
Heroin will do that real fucking.
So I thought to myself, I'm going to knock up as budget as possible. Now, there's in Tesco's, they do these noodles down the. They're actually Tesco Value, but you know Tesco Value rebranded to
Yeah.
that Good Food Company or whatever it's called.
I had a load of them when I went to Download Festival.
They're
pretty
noodles,
fucking
they're
good.
fucking nice, but I found a way to make them even better.
Meatballs. I used to get really high when I was younger. Mix a bit of rice and all
Yeah.
noodles with some meatballs.
Oh,
tin
I haven't
noodles.
done that, but then I think we're going over £1.
Yeah,
It's costing us
I
a
don't
lot.
think it is. You get some of them noodles for like 25p.
That's what
A
they
can
are.
of Tesco's Value meatballs is like 12p. Couple of slices of bread. That's under £1, and you can get a decent meal out of that.
And that you'd only need one of that. That is probably you're looking at probably 1,000 calories. A couple of
Yeah,
slices
but
of bread, tin of
One
meatballs.
of those a day will probably keep you healthy. Bit of
Not
salad
healthy,
on the
it'd be
si-
very
no,
unhealthy.
Bit of salad on the side.
Right,
that's
can I
not
get to what I was,
Yeah,
all I
anyway,
did? Because
crack
now
on.
you've completely topped what I did, and now what I'm saying is going to be shit. Right, the way, guys, to make just regular super instant noodles better is to, instead of just using regular water, soup. So I had chicken noodles, and I put a cup of soup, but the Tesco's value. So for 60p, you get 5 sachets of this copper soup stuff
That's pretty fucking impressive.
with croutons. I love a crouton.
The only problem if you're homeless, you probably ain't got a kettle.
You make a good argument, young man.
Unless you've got a solar powered one. Can you get a solar powered kettle? Let me know if you can, because that
No, you definitely can't. I know the kettles.
That would be a
you notice
great
in America.
camping idea.
In America, you barely ever see kettles. Do you know why?
Because they boil it in a pan,
Yeah. Do you know why they do that?
because they're fucking nutcases.
Because their electrical outputs aren't anywhere near as good as what ours are in the UK. So we run at, we run at 14 volts, and they run at 8. So they can't. A lot of their power outputs in America homes can't power a kettle. It won't work.
That's well shit. I'd want a refund.
That's why you
But
see
then
the
their
coffee
houses
filter
are-
machines and
Their houses are cheap compared to ours here.
oh
So
yeah,
you get a
much-
6-bedroom house for the same price as a 2-bedroom flat in Cambridge.
Yeah, easy. 1-bedroom flat, you get a 6-bed over there. $250,000 gets you a fucking lovely house in Texas.
Yeah, and that's where all the oil is, and the cowboys. And
But anyway, so
cowgirls.
what I did is I made these noodles, knocked it up with a soup as well. So I did the soup first. No, I didn't. I used the soup as if it was, with every noodle packet you get a sachet.
Yep,
I just did it again.
it's got the dried vegetables in it.
Yeah, I did it
Peas and
again.
carrots.
Yeah, I did it again with a soup, and obviously it thickens it up as well. It was one of the nicest lot of noodles I've ever had, and it's under 50p a go.
I'll tell you what I did. I went the opposite end of you, and I went to the expensive dinner rather than the poor person dinner. Right. And I couldn't afford it, but I was like, I kept seeing videos come up on my Facebook. I love watching Gordon Ramsay. It's one of the best things. And I'm like, he keeps making beef Wellington. I'm like, I've never made a beef Wellington before. And
tricky.
during lockdown, I've been like trying to try new things. So I thought, fuck it, it's Sunday. I'm going to get myself down to a butcher's that's open. So I went to Somersham Butcher's, which is fucking quality.
Got to support local as well, even
yeah.
though it's not massively local.
And I got a bit of fillet steak, a lump of fillet. It was 30 quid for the lump of fillet. And I made a beef Wellington, and it was the fucking tits. It was hard to make, but I don't know if I'll put these pictures up on Facebook, but look at that bad boy.
Fucking hell, mate.
Don't that look good?
Jesus, bro.
That looks fucking good.
That looks top fucking notch.
Yeah.
How much did that cost you?
I think it was about 40 odd quid all in, because it cost me 30 quid for the lump of meat, because I wanted the best meat. I got like just roll out pastry, and I got some mushrooms. I diced all the mushrooms up and blended them up, and I also got Parma ham, because the trick is you sear the beef on the outside and leave it raw on the inside. You roll the pastry out. Sorry, no. You put cling film down. You put Parma ham on the cling film, and then you smother the mushrooms on the Parma ham, so it makes like 2 layers. You put the seared fillet of beef in the middle, and you roll it all up and put it in the fridge so it keeps its shape. And the tighter you do the cling film, the better the shape. And then you take that out and you put it on the pastry, and you roll it up in the pastry, egg wash it, salt on the top, chuck it in the oven for 35 minutes. It's tricky, but my God, it was the best fucking thing I've ever done. And it was so good. But I've decided, because of the expense of it, like 40 quid, bear in mind it fed me.
It is dear,
my
but I
mum.
bet you could have had a couple of days out of that.
Yeah. It fed me, my missus, one of the kids, because the other 2 were at their dad's, my mum and dad, and my missus's mum. And
I bet it was so nice.
So good. Did it with some mash, and I made thick, fresh onion gravy, all from scratch. And yeah, that was the tits. Absolute tits. But it's something that I'm going to do again at Christmas, because I'm thinking about getting some friends around for Christmas and doing like a Christmas dinner and doing a couple of them. Because the thing is, you can make them the day before, leave them in the fridge, and then just whack them in the oven 35 minutes before you want to do it. And yeah, it's fucking well nice.
Sounds it,
well
man.
Good. What else? Anything else you want to talk about? Other than your bet coming in, we're going to go for a pint. It's 20 to 10 already, but
yeah, no. Shall we call that a day?
Yeah, we're just coming up to an hour, so we'll call it there. Hopefully you've enjoyed what you're listening to. I know it was a bit bland at the beginning, but we're just having a bit of a catch up, seeing how we're both doing, because we don't often see it. Well, come when the fucking dealerships and bits and pieces open up properly, we'll see each other a little bit more. We'll get down the pub. Hopefully you've enjoyed the content. It's not been too dirty this time, and hopefully no one's been offended, but if you have, don't listen. That's fine with us. If you did like it, please share it, because it helps us massively. The more people listen, the more fun we have, and we can start getting more and more guests on. I know we're going to have a guest next week. Is another old friend of mine, because we don't know anyone famous yet. Should be fun. But again, thank you so much for listening. 5-star us on Apple Podcast, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. So thank you very much.
Cheers, guys.